I've heard so many prayers from that lady about everyone and everything, any situation. When we were growing up, it was hard to have, I guess, essentially 4 males in the house, because it was my dad and the 3 boys. Tanto tortilla frijoles. Huh? Busy making things. She said, well, I learned from my mom, your Grandma Catalina, and my sisters. They probably made more tortillas here in this valley. They could probably lay it end to end and cover the whole valley making tortillas, people. There's a lot of tortillas being made. Being one of 12, and I think, how many cousins in the Nunez family? We figured this out. Anybody, what was it, 66 first cousins or something like that at the Nunez reunion? Whatever it was. Yeah. Whatever. We have to go back and recount, you know. But it was always the idea of we learned love from Grandma Catalina. She was always imparting us to, you know, la vida está muy duro, mijo, pero también con amor. And my mom would sit there, you know, and agree, you know, yeah, you have to love. You know, the world is full of problems. I mean, now I'm a kid growing in the 60s. You see how it was back in the 60s. These young guys don't know, remember, because everything was so different then. When gasoline was 24 cents a gallon, 29 cents a gallon. Okay? I don't even cover the taxes nowadays. More often than not, we'd come home from work or doing our schoolwork or play or whatever it was. Don't forget to pray, mijo. Yes, ma'am. Don't forget to pray and ask for God's help. Sometimes in the middle of the night, you'd be trying to go to sleep or whatever, and all of a sudden I heard this voice just going on and on. I woke up and I looked over the clock and it'd be whatever, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever. She was walking the hallway and praying for her children and her house and her husband and her family. Because he was inspired to pray at that moment. So with each and every one of us, I guess, we all have our way of feeling within ourselves about certain situations. You have to take a little time to look inside and ask for help. He's right up there. She says, yes, ma'am. So we do that. Every time I get on the road to go somewhere, do some work, Mom, or whatever, I pray for my family, my safe return home, little car that'll bring me back, and my brothers and sisters, and I always end up praying for you. You should be first, but I leave the best for last, because you are the best, Mom. I know I'm supposed to be the oldest, but I'm not. I'm the second born. Because Mom and Dad had a little girl in August of 52. She has never forgot Dile Lorraine. Never will. So when she goes out to the cemetery out there to visit my dad, well, there's a second reason why she goes. So there's that little headstone that's just a little bit away from there. Because she has never forgotten her. And we're reminded of it. Dile Lorraine is right over there. Okay, Mom. Just pay respects too. So, she has never forgotten, and we won't forget. I didn't want to get all emotional, but hey. One thing I noticed about my mother, in trying to get a word to describe her, I was wrestling with a word between dedicated and devoted. She's been dedicated to a task or a purpose. I looked at the definition as having a single-minded loyalty or integrity to whatever it is, committing yourself to something. And she would jump in and she said, I would help your grandma. We made the tortillas. We were going to go to church. Your father and I were going to go here. We're going to take you kids and we're going to go visit my sister in Kingsburg or to Fresno. Committed to show love and respect for her family outside of her own. That's where we learned about our cousins. We didn't see all the ones in the distance area down in San Diego, or Whittier, all that much, or San Jose, you know. But when they came around to visit, there was respect that was taught to us by our grandparents and our tios and tias, and what we shared with our mom for everybody else, and even the Ledbetter people, and even outside the Ledbetter people, Elmhorn Drive, El Monte Drive, and whatever else. We had a lot of friends. I was talking to a friend of mine who lives in Monroe, Louisiana, Dennis Davenport, Mom. Remember Dennis, big, tall, skinny Dennis? We were the odd couple. Big, tall, skinny, white kid, little, short Mexican me, walking around. Buddies. He wanted to come to my house, have beans and tortillas. I wanted to go to his house, have biscuits and gravy. He wanted to come over to have enchiladas. I wanted to go over to his house, meatloaf. What a change, huh? Anyway, I talked to Dennis a couple of weeks ago, and I told him what was going on. He was here for a reunion last year, and we were just kind of catching up. I told him about you turning 90. He's already lost his parents. But he said, man, you're blessed. He said, to have your